Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Marlena Cherry. Every time I get on here, I'm like, what on earth am I going to talk about? But anyway, today I'm just going to talk a little bit about just what's been going on and yeah, just give you guys an update. So I decided not to do UPS PVD this year just because last year it was such a hot mess with them, just not having work. I said in one of my previous videos, if you watched it, if you follow me for PVD stuff, last year, I would be like getting ready to go to work and stuff, but then I'll get a text message from them saying, oh, you're not working today. We don't have work today. I was like, I'm not even gonna, like, why am I even gonna waste my time doing that again this year? I did not even want to even go that route. I'm like, I got Christmas gifts to buy, I got things to do, and I just did not want to go that route. And then underneath that video that I had posted when I was talking about all that, like a few people was talking about how that was happening to them. Like UPS was saying, texting them saying that they didn't have work and things of that nature. And so I thought that that was really unfortunate. And I was so glad that I didn't decide to go that route. If you did do UPS PVD and it worked out for you, you was working full time, 40 plus hours a week, please let me know how it went for you and if it worked out and if you liked it and everything about that. So yeah, I'll be interested to hear how it went because it's just, from my experience last year, it just isn't what it used to be. And from what people are saying from this year, it just isn't what it used to be. And so what I did was a company that I had applied for back in August had contacted me. So the same day that I actually was supposed to start back with UPS doing temporary, PVD driver. I think they call it SSD, seasonal driver or something like that. Seasonal substitute driver, something like that. The same day I was supposed to start working for them, I started working for another company called everdriven. What everdriven does, they hire you on as a independent contractor, so a 1099 worker, and what you do is you transport children who are in difficult situations. I can't really go into it too much because I don't want to get in trouble. But they're in special situations. You transport them back and forth to school. And so you have runs in the morning and then you have runs in the afternoon. And so you get paid by run. They also reimburse you like 20 cents per mile for, the runs that you do. So with the mileage reimbursement, I make about $150 a day. So a little over $700 a week, $1,400 every 2 weeks. So about $2,800 a month, which isn't bad because I'm only working like 3.5 hours a day. Thank God I have a husband who has a really good job, who pays the majority of the bills, the mortgage and things of that nature. So what I make is just to supplement what he makes. So right now, this is fine. This is, a permanent job. It's not like the seasonal PVD job, which would have just been around Christmas time. This job will actually go through the entire school year. And from what I understand, they do have work during the summer because some kids do go to summer school. So, if I do hang around, there may be work for me to do during the summer as well. So we'll see about that. And so again, the name of the company is Everdriven. And I'll link the information below if you're interested in driving for them. Like I said, it's pretty easy. All you're doing is you're acting pretty much like a school bus, except you're driving your own car, transporting kids to school. If they need like a booster seat or car seat or whatever the case may be, the company, whoever you're working for, will provide that for you, so you're not buying anything. The only money that you really have to spend up front is the training class that you have to go through on the Everdriven platform. You do have to pay $25 for, and then you have to pay $50 for a drug test, but they do reimburse you the $75 after you've worked for them for 20 days. And so you do get that money back. So initially there is a $75 investment. But like I said, for me to only have to work 3.5 hours a day, I mean, I can go do the 2 runs that I do in the morning, then I can go to the gym, run my errands, do what I need to do at home, then I go back out in the afternoon. So, I mean, it works pretty good for me. You have the potential to earn more money. Just depends on the runs that you get. You can earn up to, they said you can earn up to like $300 a day. It just depends, like, again, on the type of runs that you get. And so, like I said, it's easy work, it's part-time, you're in your own vehicle. And so you're really serving your community. I mean, I love jobs where I get to be a service to people in my community. So I really like it. It's a steady paycheck, not like with UPS where it just would have been, I don't know if I would have been working or not. Just would have kind of been up in the air, and I just really didn't have any time for that. And so, yeah, that's what I've been doing since, like I said, November 15th. So let me tell y'all how I've been out here in the trenches. So there's been a lot going on in my life, but I'm just going to share with y'all this one thing in case this happens to y'all. So back on November 25th, unfortunately, I was in a car accident. And so I'm driving down the road, and where I was driving, the speed limit was 55 miles an hour, right? So I'm in the far left lane, and so this older woman is coming out of the gas station, and I see her coming out on the right-hand side of the street. And so, like I said, I saw her, but again, I'm doing 55 miles an hour. I'm not thinking that she's coming right out into the road. I'm thinking if she is coming out into the road, she's coming out into the right lane, because there's 2 lanes. I'm in the far left lane. I'm thinking if she's going to come out, she's going to come out into the right lane, but she didn't do that. She came straight out, didn't look, straight out in front of me. And so I hit her on the side. I slowed down, but it was too late. I hit her. And so anyway, to make a long story short, the police told her that it was completely her fault. I had the right of way. I was just going straight down the road. She drove out in front of me. I hit her. She didn't look. She didn't see me, whatever. It was her fault. And so that's what the police wrote in their report, whatever, I was good. And so, how if you ever been in an accident, the police would give you, the piece of paper with the other driver's information on it, whatever, you get their insurance and everything. And so on the paper, I saw that she had some insurance called AIC, something that I had never heard of before in my life. And I was like, oh man, this is probably one of them little cheap bootleg insurances. I just knew I was going to have to deal with some nonsense. And so anyway, my car was still drivable, and so was her. She just had one little dent. I mean, my car was kind of jacked up, but I was still able to drive it. So anyway, I do what I have to do. I drive home, whatever. And then I'm looking at the reviews for this insurance company online, and they had like a 2.6 or something. Like, everybody was saying how horrible this company was, how they are a headache to deal with. They were like, good luck, we're getting your money. I was like, oh Lord, here we go. I'm gonna have to deal with these people. And so I already knew, even before I called them, that I was gonna have to deal with some nonsense. So I called whatever, and I let them know who I was, blah, blah, blah. I was in an accident with their insured. And this was like a few days later, because the police told me that it was going to be a few days before they would have a chance to upload the police report. It was like a few days before Thanksgiving, so they told me that it was going to be a few days. So I waited till I had the police report and everything before I called them. And so they said, okay, go ahead, and I called the insurance agency, the AIC. They said, go ahead and submit your photos, blah, 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 upload them. So I did all that. And it said, an insurance adjuster will look at the photos, tell you what your damage is, blah, blah, blah. Your claim will be processed, whatever. So 5, 6 days went by. I didn't hear anything. I sent another email. Hello, just double checking to see what's going on with my claim. I haven't heard anything. And the young man emailed me back and he was like, this person has been assigned to your claim. This is her name, blah, blah, blah. You can just contact her going forward about the claim. I was like, okay, fine. So I called her and I was like, told her who I was and, what happened and everything. And she said, okay, well, we're trying to reach out to the insured. I've already called her several times and she has not answered. And until she answers, we cannot process your claim. So I said, okay. So I said, well, what would happen if she never calls you guys, you guys back? And she said, well, after 30 days, if we don't speak with her, then the claim is dropped and, you don't get anything. I said, I know you freaking lying. Like, no. Then who is going to pay for this car? Because I'm not going to pay for it. This is not my fault. I'm not going to call Geico, my insurance, and pay a $500 deductible to get my car fixed. Well, this wasn't my fault. And she said, well, I'll try to keep calling her, but if she doesn't answer, that's just our policy. I said, okay. So now a week goes by. I hear nothing. I called the insurance adjuster back again. Hello, did you hear from Miss Such and Such? I've been trying to get this claim process so that I can get my car fixed. And she's telling me, no, we still have not spoken with her. I left several messages and I haven't heard anything back. So I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. She's trying to stretch it out. So I said, okay, nothing. Another few days go by. Now we're into the third week. My car is still sitting in my driveway, not getting fixed. Email her, call her back again. Hello, did you speak with the insurer? No, we still have not spoken with her. I said, okay. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to contact my attorney at this point because I'm not dealing with this. This is just too much stress going on for me, especially around the holidays. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. This was not my fault. The person who caused this accident needs to take responsibility and call you guys back, and you guys need to process my claim. And so I contacted, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Legal Shield, but it's like a prepaid legal service. Me and my husband have had it for like 10 years. It's like you pay like, it used to be like $19.99 a month. Now it's done went up like everything else on earth. It's like $29.99 a month now, but you pay, it's like a prepaid legal service in case you need a lawyer or whatever. You don't have to worry about having to go hire a lawyer and pay all this money out of pocket up front. It's there for you if you need it. And so I contacted them, told them the situation, what was going on. They was like, okay. I told them everything, gave them all the details, told them that I had the police report. And they were like, okay, we'll send a letter over there to AIC Insurance. They sent the letter within 4 days. The insurance adjuster called me or emailed me and said, we have processed your claim. We went through your photos and we have mailed a check for $6,300. If I did not have an attorney, they probably would have completely ignored me and they would not have done anything at all. They would have just dismissed me. They thought that I was going to go away, but I was not going away. Contacting the attorney was just the first step. I would have went to social media. I would have wrote Al Sharpton if I had to. I was not going away. And I feel sorry for somebody who doesn't have Legal Shield or wouldn't have money for an attorney or whatever the case may be, because these people would have just completely dropped my claim. They didn't want to pay. I don't see in what world do you get to cause a motor vehicle accident and just walk away and not be responsible, and the insurance company does not have to be responsible. And that insurance adjuster is a liar, because my cousin told me, my cousin who works for USAA said that they don't drop a claim after 30 days. If they don't speak with the person who's insured, they will send somebody to knock on the person's door. They will find other ways to get in contact with the person. They don't just drop it. Or if they have enough evidence to prove that the other person was at fault, that their insured was at fault, like how I had sent them the police report, they'll just go ahead and process the claim. So that person was lying. And if that attorney would not have sent them a letter, I'm pretty sure that they would, because December 25th would have been 30 days. Today would have been 30 days. And so they would have dropped my case, and I would have gotten nothing. And I would have had to process my claim through Geico, pay a $500 deductible, and have my insurance go up for an accident that was not my fault. Shady. I'm telling you. So anyway, I've been out here in the trenches. That's just one thing. It's been a lot. But you know what? God is good, and I'm still here, and I'm happy to be celebrating another Christmas with my family and friends. And the good news is, so I have been writing a book about my life. I started in April, and I finally finished it this week, and I'm so proud of myself for that. I'm so proud. I'll keep you guys updated and posted about that. Now that the book is done, I'll continue with the next steps. So what I need to do, but it just talks about, it really is just a testimony in a book about everything that I went through, the abuse that I faced, just the trials and tribulations that I faced growing up. There's so many things in the book, and I really do have a story to tell, and I do feel like that my life is truly a miracle. And so I feel like God is definitely using me in so many different ways, and I'm so excited about this book. But anyway, I really hope that you guys are having, or by the time you watch this video, have had a wonderful Christmas. And I really hope that I can, maybe in the new year, maybe I'll post more often. I just feel like I don't know what to talk about. And honestly, like sometimes I like getting on camera, but I feel like YouTube, it's okay, but it's really not my passion. Like I'm the type of person, like I feel like if I'm going to devote my time and give my time to something, like it really has to feed my spirit. And I just don't know if YouTube really does that for me. Maybe if I find something that I really enjoy talking about on here, I will. Maybe it's something, maybe I'll have more of a passion for it if it's something that I really enjoy talking about on here. I don't know, maybe my feelings will change, but anyhow, I feel like I'm rambling now. You guys are awesome, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. And remember, always spread love, not hate, okay? Have a wonderful evening. Talk to you soon. Bye.